In this video, I'm going to show you how I fixed my DJI Air 2S when I started getting the Gimbal Motor Overloaded warning on the top of the screen. I was recently up north in San Francisco and I had something happen with my Air 2S that after flying for almost 10 years now, I had never seen this happen. I had just finished shooting the first of 2 hyperlapses I was going to be shooting this night.
Video synthesis completed.
While flying it back, out of nowhere the camera just started to move on its own. My first thought was that the Air 2S was having problems flying. Not sure if it was wind or a bird or something that hit it. I quickly realized that it was more likely to be a gimbal issue as I could see the Air 2S and it seemed to be flying just fine.
Landing.
After I was able to land the Air 2S safely, I did a quick visual inspection and didn't seem to find anything wrong with it. I've never crashed my Air 2S or had any close calls while flying it. After about a half an hour, I popped in a new battery, went into the menu, calibrated the gimbal, and that seemed to fix the problem. I only flew it around for a minute or so, but I didn't see any issues with the gimbal this time. So I went right into shooting my second hyperlapse of the night for the day to night sequence, and it flew to the starting point and completed the whole hyperlapse without any issues. I was hyped. I thought I had fixed it just like that.
Video synthesis completed.
At this point, there was a little bit of battery left over, and I definitely wanted to try to take advantage of that and try to get a couple of video clips, maybe even some photos. But within a matter of seconds, I started getting the gimbal motor overload warning again and decided it'd be best to just bring back the drone for the night until I could figure out what exactly was going on. Here it is, the part of the video you've been waiting for. How I fixed the gimbal motor overload warning on my DJI Air 2S. And my guess is it would probably work on most of the DJI drones with a similar gimbal to this, like the DJI Mini 1 and 2, the Mavics, and even the Phantom 4 Pro. Once I got back to my hotel room, I was able to take a bit of a closer look at the gimbal, and I didn't see any type of damage or anything that would have caused the gimbal motor overload. I decided to go a step further with it and check out the 3 different individual axes of the gimbal: the pan, the tilt, and the roll. First, I tested the tilt by lifting the camera up and down slowly. I should mention that the drone was off. I didn't have a battery in it while I was doing this test. You definitely wouldn't want to try something like this when the drone is powered on. Next, I tested the pan axis by moving the camera left to right, and it seemed to be working fine. Finally, when I got to the roll axis is when I noticed that the gimbal was actually stuck in that position and it wouldn't really move freely. It almost felt like there was something crunchy in there. And that's when I realized the parking lot that I was just flying from might have been a little bit on the dusty side. Possibly some sand or even a little rock might have gotten in the gimbal's roll axis while taking off that first time. At this point, I decided I was going to gently turn the roll axis on the gimbal and see if maybe over time it would start to loosen up. And sure enough, after about 30 seconds of slowly wiggling it, it started to loosen up, and eventually whatever was in it making the grinding feeling worked its way out, and I haven't had an issue with my Air 2S's gimbal since. That's it for this video. Hopefully somebody sees this and is able to fix their drone and keep flying. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.